Nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. Boss. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I wanna see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a fool. Oh. Men gon' lie, women gon' lie. You're looking for the truth and the numbers don't hide. Looking for the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be great at all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof optional. Wonder why they follow suit. I've been groomed from the womb. Came out of my mama with some running tennis shoes. Faster than the speeding bullet. No, it's cool, it's cool. Don't play with it, baby. Say it, so what you gon' do with that? Stop playing with it. Exactly. You built like that. I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still ballin' like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Just stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. On the bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number one.
Well, we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Kaepernick going to throw. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. From midfield, here's Kaepernick. Being chased out left. He may try. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. Here's the Pro Bowl punter Tress Way on to punt for Washington. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
24-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Try to run for it with Dobbins.
I need to get my swag right there.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And there shouldn't be any surprise at all when we watch him flash his arm. Easy motion, easy action, and that ball flies downfield.
Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Jackson. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center of the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this is caught by Watkins. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Buying time to his left. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your...
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll drop to throw. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
at their own 26-yard line.
Oh, yeah, baby. All day, all day.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick.
Well, he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Patrick Queen.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. Say what you want, but Kaepernick's still one of the best at doing that as the scramble gets him a first.
Kaepernick was looking to throw, but then it became decision time. And when he saw they had room to run, he made the right decision to pull it down there, and he winds up picking up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And he'll complete this to Gibson. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
He'll air this one out deep for Sims.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Oh, yeah, good job.
The 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jonathan Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, and he's going to keep it here. He's got room to run past the 20. And he is out of bounds all the way up near midfield.
Geez, I mean, what more can you say about Lamar Jackson? We know that he's got the quickness and the agility, but you know, if you wanted proof of his straight line speed, look no further. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, They went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
Jackson will look to throw it. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He's got the first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, Kaepernick to the right side and complete to Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Antonio Gibson, the intended target. And it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. It's a first down, Washington, on a pickup of 18. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Kaepernick. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
A gain of 2.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The field goal, a 52-yard attempt.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Jackson from the shotgun. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, it's Jackson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And take it right at the 35. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Off to Thomas on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
1st and 10.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the 1st half. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. Taking a shot for... And this is caught. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And this will make it into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He could see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Throwing is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Gibson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him. But instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, Kaepernick. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Kaepernick steps away, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg it, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
A 32-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Porter, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
First down.
From the gun, Jackson flushed out right. He'll try and run it, and he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. Back now at FedEx Field. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 27-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
First and goal.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Ravens will extend their lead. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6.
Makes the score Ravens 28, Washington 6.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but now it's third down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Washington on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be third and a mile. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth.
A 3-yard loss on the play. It's fourth down.
Kaepernick, they're going for it on fourth. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 89 yards. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They run the toss with Dobbins. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Jackson now. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
You know what? Why don't you just start over?
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Chase Young
getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Flushed out right. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
2 straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal.
From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Over the middle, open is Thomas. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Kaepernick again.
Got a man, it's Gibson, complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Kaepernick now on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 15. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
That's what it is, baby. That's
20,
what it is.
10. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Working from the gun. It's Kaepernick. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Play action. Now Kaepernick. And he'll find McLaurin this time as that's complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone now, Kaepernick. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Let's go, let's go.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Ravens, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
flag on the play. Yeah, yeah. That's a flag on the play. Yeah, yeah. Flag on the play. Hold up. That's a flag on the play. I just scored a whole bucket. I just dropped the bag on the tag. Ain't nothing. Make them throw a flag when I pass. Come through stunning. Call me tired, girl. I hit the hole, then I'm running. You ain't trying to get that second flag on the play. Hating from the sideline. A flag on the play. Like holy. I just made a play in the red zone. Going strong. Watch me shake and bake. Let's go. I just took off with that rock. Just like Tyreek Hill. I just count 100 racks. That's a whole. He don't want no championship. Get him out of here. I just gotta say, like I run up in the backfield. I just gotta say, like I ran up on a quarterback. Shake and bake. Make a play just like a quarterback. We ain't worrying about no formers, we ain't staying there. Running off the block, yeah, I'm something like a linebacker. I got juice like a Fanta, how you like it? How you like it? I'm on purple, I'm on yellow, like a Viking. All these plays that I'm catching, I done gone crazy. I do my thing, 6 range, just like Tom Brady. Touchdown, I just scored a whole bucket. I just dropped the bag on the tag, ain't nothing. Make them throw a flag, pass come through station. Call me tired, girl, I hit the hole, then I'm running. Get money, you ain't trying to get that second flag on the play. Hating from the sideline, a flag on the play. Like Julio with them Falcons, I just made a play. In the red zone, going strong, watch me shake and bake. Let's go. I'm in the field like a Panther, I done up the standards. Like Michael Vick in Atlanta when it's time to scramble. Neck full of water, call me Black Bridgewater. Lamar Jackson, how I throw them Ravens across the border. Hold up. You know I'm a touchdown with the safe. Run up the hole like a running back on the play. Intercept the pack like a safety. You boys ain't shake the play. That's a flag on the play. Let's go. Touchdown, I just scored a whole bucket. I just dropped the bag on the tag. Ain't nothing. Make them throw a flag when I pass. Come through stunning. Call me tired, girl. I hit the hole, then I'm running. Get money. You ain't trying